Dear Archer, you are a stud. Who would play you in a live-action movie? Denise.
Well, obviously it can only be Burt Reynolds. Duh. Although we need to get an eye surgeon to replace Burt's eyeballs with the steely blue eyes of Mr. Ed Harris. Which, though, would leave Ed Harris blind. But that's fine. Who cares about Ed Harris anymore?
Dear Archer, I own a sandwich cart in Portland and would like to add a sandwich named after you to my menu. What's your favorite sandwich? Schadenfreudian.
My favorite sandwich? I guess the filling would be money, and the bread would be 2 lawyers vigorously prosecuting any unauthorized use of my name and/or likeness. I'm kidding. Go nuts. You know, just make sure there's ham on it. Oh shit, you could call it the ham page, huh? You know, once we agree on the licensing fee.
Would you rather fight a horse-sized duck or 6 duck-sized horses? JH.
All right, I'm gonna assume that's hypothetical, right? I mean, right? But I'd have to answer neither because a horse-sized duck is too terrifying to even contemplate. And duck-sized horses, how could you fight them? They're too adorable. I mean, seriously, picture them. All trying to eat one apple. Oh my God, that's too cute.
Urgent! How do I get protein stains out of cashmere? Scott.
Cold club soda, don't rub it in, let it soak. Then get to a dry cleaners as soon as possible, but good luck. Cashmere is pretty hard to save, especially with semen stains. I know you said protein. I think we're all pretty clear on what you meant by that. Unless you meant gravy, in which case still go with club soda. You big fat slob.
Dear Archer, who would win in a fight? You, Burt Reynolds from Gator, or a cyborg alligator? Jason.
All right, that's a good one. Let me shift the equation. What about me and Burt Reynolds versus a cyborg alligator? Huh? Oh, and we'll have some sort of device that can emit an EMP, thereby instantly disabling the Robogator and leaving me and Burt free to rip around the Okefenokee swamp in our bitchin' airboat, which would have been shielded from the EMP, somehow.
Dear Archer, A, what kind of rug should I use when disposing of a body? B, how many bodies would constitute a rampage? Tyler R.
A, I guess whatever rug that particular body happened to land on. And B, rampages aren't measured by numbers of bodies. What you're thinking of is a mass murder, which is why I'm not super stoked that you have somebody else's address.
Archer, how come you can't ever think of a snappy one-liner when you need it? Aaron.
Aaron, how come you can't fuck off? Psst.
Dear Archer, who's the hottest chick you ever hooked up with? Kenny T.
Well, I can't really answer that question. There hasn't been one hottest chick. There have been 2, simultaneously, identical twins. Wait, let me finish. And also, they were both actual princesses from Europe. And obviously, I'm not proud of the implied incestuousness of it, but you gotta remember this was Europe. And also, I was shit-faced.
Dear Archer, specifically, what kind of gun do you use? Justin.
My service weapon is a Walter PPK, chambered for the .32 ACP cartridge. It's got a magazine capacity of 7 rounds, plus 1 in the chamber. And if whatever you're shooting doesn't die after you pump 8 .32 caliber slugs into it, it's probably a dragon. And you can read about it all in my new book, How to Archer, the ultimate guide to espionage and style, and women, and also cocktails, ever written. Available from It Books, an imprint of HarperCollins.
Dear Archer, you're hot. I want to hook up with you. Any advice on how to make that happen? Trish.
Well, Trish, if you're as hot as I am, and thanks, by the way, then basically just be wherever I am. I'll take care of the rest. Which reminds me of some important advice for all you ladies in the event you ever find yourself in my bed. If you feel the need to pass wind, which after an intense session of my style of lovemaking you probably will, please do so through a dryer sheet. You'll find some in the nightstand.
Dear Archer, to whom did you lose your virginity? Ryan S.
Well, I wouldn't say I lost it. Kind of a negative connotation there. I'd say I gave it to... No, wait. Bestowed it upon the person in question. A person who was my 17-year-old Brazilian au pair. And before you start crying statutory rape, you gotta remember she probably didn't know what the laws are here. Although she probably did know I was like 12. Oh, and also I was shit-faced.
Archer, did it ever occur to you that the story Woodhouse told you about how he met your mother was a lie, and that he is your real father? Just saying, Eric F.